Konami Studios.
Reptil, issue number 1. To say I've been waiting for this book to come out would be an understatement, because this is something I've been waiting for years. I think since the character went under everyone's radar, I've been waiting for Reptil to make his debut back into our lives. I am unequivocally a massive fan of Reptil. I remember when I first got into the Marvel Universe. It was through the show, the Superhero Squad show. I'm that young, guys. That's how old I am. And Reptil was kind of like the ride-along character for a young audience who needed to see the bigger Marvel Universe. And he was a kid who could turn into different dinosaurs. And I'm like, that's dope. That's cool. Every kid wants that. And that's a hero. So I just fell in love with him since then, and I still love him now, and I'm so happy he's getting his own solo title. I know it's a mini, but I'm just happy to have more Reptil in my life. Give me more of this kid, y'all. So we open up this book, and we do get some little bit of history for those of you who might not know who Reptil is. He's not a new character. He's been around for quite some time, actually. What is it, a decade maybe? He's been around the block. He's been here for a while. So his name's Humberto Lopez. He was a superhero. His parents were paleontologists. They discovered some weird gem that infused in him. He's able to turn into different dinosaur body parts. His parents went missing. He went to live with his grandfather. He went to go be a part of Avengers Academy. Then that dissolved. He dated a girl there for a bit. That dissolved. He went full dinosaur one time. Almost killed a bunch of people because he lost control. That dissolved. Avengers Academy's dissolved. Now he can't be a hero because of the events of Outlawed and Kamala's Law, and young people can't be heroes anymore. You get it. It's like this kid has been through a bunch, but literally been through nothing so far. So it's interesting. And now with his grandfather's worsening health, he's moving in with his aunt and her two kids, his cousins. One of them is Ava, the other one's Julian. They're twins, and they're just like really young and peppy and happy. And it's fun. It's kind of cool. Humberto is there. He's just talking to his cousin, and they're just getting to get the feel of the place. He's trying to figure out how everything's going. I like Reptil. I really like it. I really like this guy. So his cousin Julian's like, dude, if I was you, I would turn into this dinosaur. And he's like, what are you talking? What is that? And I love it. Why would Humberto know every dinosaur? He can just turn into the ones he knows. So his cousin sends him an app that lets you know about every dinosaur that's ever lived. So now he can have more variety in his power if he chooses to use it. And again, nobody's really talking about the underlying factor with their grandfather, what's making him sick. And it's just kind of like, maybe we should talk about it, but nobody really wants to talk about it, which is okay. Like, it's hard for kids to deal with that stuff. And we see that there's two pictures of his parents framed, and he's wondering why they're there. And his grandfather's like, we're going to put them out for Dia de los Muertos. I think, is that right? Please correct me if that's the correct pronunciation of that. And he's just kind of like, no, we can't put them out. They're not dead. They're just missing. Like, we're not putting it out, okay? Gets into an argument with his grandfather. It's just kind of like, Humberto's refusing to move on, which, come on, it makes sense. He's a kid. Why would he believe his parents are dead? Why would he do that? So Ava's like, oh, right, maybe we should just get out of here, and we'll take a step back. So they go to the fashion district in LA. They're all having a good time. We see that Julian's picking up a dress that Ava's going to wear in the Pride Festival. It's really cool. It's got a very nice LA feel. It makes sense to me. I'm not an LA resident, but I'm sure this is exactly what the culture's like down there. People do this. They go to these places. There's this energy and this feeling that I'm sure a lot of people are comfortable and familiar with. That's very exciting to see. It's just cool that this is the story we're getting for Reptil, because it reminds me a lot of the America Chavez book that's currently out. We're dealing with the history of the character, and we're kind of maybe retconning it a little bit, but we're also bringing that character back into prominence, which, come on, when Marvel brings a character back into prominence in the comic books, that always means there's a movie along the way. Are we going to be getting a Reptil somewhere? Please happen. Please happen. That's all I'm going to say. So they're just sitting down, having some tacos. Everything's looking great. And Reptil's just like, I don't know if I want to be a hero anymore. I could go complete dinosaur and hurt people like I almost did, but I don't really know if that's what I should be doing right now. And it's a nice little thing where it's we're kind of dealing with like the cradle and the outlaw stuff, but it's just a Reptil story, which is really cool to see. And of course, as they are just eating there's an explosion in the background. Somebody is coming out to look for Umberto. We don't really know who it is. He gets his cousin to safety, and it's just like weird guy in like a rock suit with a bunch of like, I think it's just like streets that come to life in this stuff. They're out to attack him. He's like, you have something that belongs to me, and I will rip it from your body if I have to. And we get a really nice fight scene between Reptil and this guy. So the guy tries to take out a kid. Reptil saves him. Very fun stuff. And I'm like, this is true. Every kid would want the powers of Reptil. I'd want to have them. If I could turn my back into Stegosaurus plates, that'd be sick. That'd be sick. I'd be so happy. This kid's awesome. Reptil's just the best. He's just really fun, and he's just holding his own because he's a cool guy. Dinosaurs are cool. He's doing great. So this guy, I don't know what his name is. They don't reveal what this guy's name is that's attacking him. I'm gonna call him the Fossil Man just because he's covered in rocks and the dinosaur theme. So the Fossil Man is trying to literally rip the gem out of Umberto, but it's not working. And Ava wants to step in and do something about it. And all of a sudden, she like stops and like her hands are in like a stopping motion, and some weird light shoots out, and it's like some weird lasers come out from her, like she has her own gem in her. And Julian is like, what? And Humberto's like, what? And everyone's like, what? And then she passes out because something happened to her, and now it's personal again for Reptil. So he's going in for the kill to take this guy out. But of course, he's not going to kill him because he's a hero, and also because this Fossil Man knows something that Reptil doesn't, and that is that his parents are alive and he knows where they are. And that is where the first issue of Reptil ends, and I'm like, great, I want more of this. I will read this. I am enjoying seeing this character coming back into prominence, taking a character who's been forgotten, pushed to the sidelines, bringing him back for like a kind of a tie-in to the event. It's cool. Somebody was waiting for the Reptil pitch, and now's the perfect time to drop it. That's all I'm going to say. This is great. It's really fun. It's lighthearted. It gets you introduced to the character in a cool way. You're seeing the world. We're reestablishing him in the universe. It's just really fun to have a Reptil book and a cool character like this. Umberto Lopez is great. Give me more of him. I'll read him any day of the week, y'all. He's just a really fun character that helped me get into Marvel Comics. So I think that's really cool to see. Great to have him here. I enjoy it. I really enjoy this. It's a nice, simple story to get Umberto back into the larger universe. I hope this leads into more for him, because he can do it. He could be on a Champions. He could be on a Young Avengers. Why isn't he? He can lead a team. He should lead a team. He should get his own offshoot team. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, Reptil issue number 1, I am going to give a 7 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.